Today we will start important chapters for class 10 sectors of Indian economy. Very important chapter for class 10 CBSE. So as a human being we perform various activities every day. Okay, as human being we perform various activities every day. So it's a very important that we have to understand that which activities is known as market activities and which activities is known as non-market activities. This thing is very important. These are related to production, distribution and consumption of goods and services. Your activities is related to production and consumption. Production and consumption means what you produce and what you consume. These two things. Production and consumption of goods and services. These are the preliminary introduction of the chapters. Now the thing is, those activities which do not give us income in return, those activities which do not give us income, which do not give us income in return. But undertaken by recreation or sympathy. But are undertaken by recreation or sympathy is called non-market activities. Non-market activities. So student, you need to understand which activities do not give us income, but it is undertaken by recreation or sympathy is called non-market activities. Instead, in opposite, those activities which give us income in return and those are related to the production and consumption is known as market activities. So these are the two important aspects of the chapter. Which give us income in return is the market activities, which do not give us income in return is non-market activities. Understood? Clear? Now next. Next is a framework in which economic activities are performed. A framework in which economic activities are performed, in which economic activities are performed very important lining. The framework in which economic activities are performed is called an economy. Is called an economy. Means the student, the simple concept is that whenever you discuss about the economic activities, it means that the income or production related matter or consumption related matters. When you produce these things is known as economy. Now today we will discuss about the different sectors. It is sum total of all economic activities. So grouping the economic activities according to some important criteria. Grouping the economic activities grouping the economic activities according to some important criteria. According to some important criteria is known as sectors. So these are some of the important definitions that we have gone through it. First we have discussed about the market activities, non-market activities, economy, and now we have discussed about the sectors. In this chapter we have three sectors: primary, secondary and tertiary. The whole economy are based on this. The growth of the country is dependent upon these three sectors. One of the sectors, the primary sectors, is also known as what? Also known as?
Sir, can you write with a darker pen?
Darker pen, okay. These three sectors is very important. As you have done it in class 9 also. In class 9, one of the chapters, people as a resource, on that chapter you have done it. So it's a very important that you need to remember. I think you all have remembered this. So sectors according to economic activities. Sectors according to economic activities. Now let's see. First one is primary, secondary and tertiary. We will take one by one. First one is primary sector. Primary sectors. Let's see. Primary sector, when we produce a good by exploiting natural resources. When we produce goods by exploiting natural resources. Natural resources. So student, you need to understand that when we produce goods by exploiting natural resources, means we produce something. Okay? It is an activity of the primary sector. It is known as what? Primary sector. Primary sector. As all of you know that India is an agriculturist country, more than 70% of the population is dependent on agriculture. So agriculture comes under the which sectors? Primary sectors. So this is because it forms the base of all other products. It forms the base of base of all other products. All other products. Right? It forms the base of all other products. So that is why it is a primary. First of all, we produce something, we exploit from the natural resources, then we produce something, then we have to take it to the factories where we have to manufacture something, then we provide services. So these three things are related to primary, secondary and tertiary that we subsequently make. Most of the natural products that we get from agriculture, most of the natural products. So the example of this primary sector is agriculture, dairy, fishing, forestry, agriculture, dairy, forestry, fishing. So these are the best example of the primary sectors. Or we can say that primary sector is also known as agricultural sectors. So another name of this, that it is also called agricultural related sectors. Means you can write here, it is also called agricultural related sectors. So we have to understand this, that why it is called agricultural sector, because whenever we produce anything, we must produce from the natural resources. It's a primary thing. Without production of anything, how we can consume? So that is why those things produced by the natural resources is called primary, and it is also another name. What is another name of this? Agricultural related sectors. So this is the first sectors. Now second one is, after primary, second one is secondary sector. Secondary sector. Now just see, these secondary sector have another name, is called manufacturing sector. Because in this part of we have to manufacture. What are the example? What are the best suited example for this? Like we produce sugar cane and we bring it back to the sugar mill. First we produce the juices of sugar cane, then we produce sugar. So from sugar cane to sugar is the best example of secondary sector, because we have to manufacture. So secondary sector have another name, is known as what?
Manufacturing sector.
Manufacturing sectors. Manufacturing sector. So we have to write this, and we have to remember the name also, and why it get this name. So we have also remembered the logic behind this. Now the secondary sector covers activities in which natural products are changed into other forms. Means you can write here, the natural products are changed into other forms, right? Natural products are changed into other forms through ways of manufacturing, through ways of manufacturing, or we can say the industrial activities. So secondary sectors, we have also another name. This sector is also called the industrial sector. What it is called? Industrial sector. Why, student? Why this is called industrial sector? Because we have to make something from the natural products. So we must